Alright folks, welcome back. PrepperNow. Sorry I didn't get one out last night. It's a late one for me. So, on those kind of days, we're going to be coming here and doing it this way. So, crisis report will always be there as it is. Okay, and then of course there's the other placeholders on the green video maker and the super secret. So there's something I noticed yesterday that I think is important and needs to be talked about because I am concerned about it. So first and foremost, there are supposedly 5 different teams of people out there trying to get at Orange Man bad, okay? DJT, you get the point. 4 teams. I don't know if they're foreign, I don't know if they're domestic, I don't know where they're from, who they're from, how they are, I don't know. But, no, 5 teams, excuse me. Yeah, 5 teams. The fact that these teams exist and they are trying to disrupt in the way that they are, just on a national security kind of level, is extremely dangerous. So I'm not going to go through what has happened before. We all know what happened in Florida last week. We all know what happened in Pennsylvania in July. To be perfectly honest with you, if I was the man, I wouldn't be going out in public too much more. You know, and if I did, it'd look like one of those things the Pope has, you know, that kind of stuff. And also there's other little periphery incidents. You have the supposed boom makers in a car in Long Island that they said wasn't, you know, got debunked. It's like, okay, good. And then in Arizona, people were walking into the rally, or, you know, were either there. It was basically the place where he comes walking in, right? It was right there where he comes walking on the stage. And they all got sick. One of them was diagnosed with chemical burns. So, first and foremost, just on a normal thinking level, what is wrong with these people? You know, I mean, I've taught American government, all right, and as I've told my students well before any of this, the system always works out. If you don't like who gets in, the system always works out. Whether that is a counterbalance in the other legislative houses, whether that is a counterbalance on the national level, whatever it may be, it's really not possible for a true crazy to get in there, unless, of course, they start doing things that weaponize institutions. Cough, cough. Okay? When that happens, and yeah, that's... And we've seen some hints of such things, but thankfully, because of enough pressure, it doesn't really seem to have gone too crazy, you know, whatever it may be. Again, there's so many other layers of things that you can eventually start to, you know, stop it. But on a national security level, think about how disruptive this would be to everything if someone were to succeed. Just think about that. Okay, I'm not talking about the implications of if that happened, then, you know, what would happen to the elections and everything else. I'm just saying, just think about what that would do to our country on a disruptive level. My worry is that between November and January, there's going to be lawfare. It's not going to be known. It's all going to be up in the air. And the lawyers are going to go to town. And if there's one thing that we know that the other side can do, is that they can lawyer hard. They're very good at that. And it's all going to go into a court battle. And eventually, even though pretty much everyone knows it went one way, it is legally, air quotes, pushed into the other way. What do you think people are going to do? I'm driving now, and it's nothing but, T and V signs all over the place. Take America back, all that kind of stuff, everywhere. As I've been talking in the last 2 minutes, I've passed 5 signs. So, what do you think people are going to do with that? They're going to go nuts. I'm not. I'm going to, just keep prepping. That's what I do. Because I see the whole system crapping the bed. And part of the reason why is because the people on the other side, as been seen through all of the, different attempts going on, they're not all there. And that's not all of them. It's not a broad brush, but there is a definite illness of the cerebrum with some of these folks. And, I was briefly listening last night to radio AM, okay? I'm driving the car, and I was trying to find the foosball game, right? I was like, let me see what's going on. I'm, playing the foosball. Drive, mindless, drive home. And, of course, there's talk radio on. And, vast majority, there's a Harris sign. Vast majority are, leaning to the right. Sean Hannity was on, you get the point. But every single one of them was talking about, why is these incidents, why do they only go one way? Why is it only one way involved? Why doesn't it go the other way? And you can actually kind of go back through for at least a while now, and generally it's the one side going after the other side. And the reason why is because the rhetoric that is going on right now by them is activating some of these crazies. I mean, if you are not all there, not all of mind, and you're of that political cloth, and you think Orange Man bad, you are told repeatedly that he is the second coming of Adolf. He's the second coming. He's saying, we have to destroy. He can't get. He's a danger to all this kind of stuff. The man was in office. I don't remember him setting up gulags. He was already in there for 4 years. It's actually a heck of a lot better than what's going on now, and that's why people are like, you know what? Let's do this again. A lot of people, and a lot of the polling is not good for the other side. Now they're going to come out and they're going to put out these BS polls like Paul Ryan, so they're saying that she's up by 11 billion points. But the reality is, and it really is, if you look at the polling on a more microscopic level, the fact that it is 56 to 48 or something like that, 56-44 in New York for people of a certain religion, the JASE, as you know, that are going for DJT. It used to be like 70 to 20 something. It's not even in the same ballpark anymore. If you look at the registrations, I mean, there are certain states where they used to be pretty much 50-50, and now it's like 2-3 to 1. So there is a panic in the background. They're not stupid. They'll pump out the BS polls where they sit there and oversample the crap out of the Democrats, but fact is that it's pretty much swinging a different way now, because people are, I mean, honestly, it's the money. I mean, to quote James Carville, it's the economy, stupid. You want to win? Have a good economy. The economy is not good. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are, how you are, what you are. It is not good. Eggs going 4 times as much expensive as where you are right now. That's not going to win an election for you. It's not. And they're reading all this and they're freaking out. And here's the problem. They can't and won't give up power. They're already showing this. Let me give you an example. Down in Florida, they're doing investigations for that event that happened at the golf course last week. Governor comes out and says, I don't trust them. I'm starting my own investigation. The guy that's down there hasn't even been charged with all the things he can be charged with. So it almost kind of looks like you've got a bit of for history buffs, it's called the nullification crisis, where basically the federal government and the state government are butting heads, and this is what preempts a breakup, if you will. That's what's going on. They're trying to figure out what's happening with this investigation, and the feds are like, nope, we're not going to tell you anything. You can't help us. We don't want you there. And the state's like, we don't trust you. We don't trust you at all. Now, it could be political theater. Probably is in some ways. But the fact that it's even being kicked around this way is really problematic. Now, take all this going on, and then here in the next few months, this whole thing that's going on in the Middle East, I mean, it basically got started. It is the 3rd installment of Lebanon and Israel yesterday. They're going at it. Now, they're not going to declare it. They're not going to say, oh, this is officially happening. No, but it is happening. I can tell you from what I'm reading. And it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. So when that region spirals out of control, what do you think the region of... God damn it. This guy's got all these chickens in the road. Sorry. So when all that spirals out of control, what do you think Russia's going to do? What do you think China's going to do? Seriously. All that's going to get rolling too. All that's going to get rolling too. And you know it is. So it's just going to get nuttier and nuttier. They're not going to allow the man to take office. He is winning. I'm sorry. He is. You can suggest all the BS polling you want. As it stands right now, unless something really crazy happens, people don't want the other side in anymore right now for this election. And then you throw on the fact that we're all over the world with all these different conflicts. It's about to get pretty freaking nuts. So, as always, please keep prepping, keep doing the things. It's not going to get better. I think this is the problem with people. They are so used to everything working out. In our Western mindsets, we're like, oh, whatever, we'll get through this. And every so often, something comes around where you don't get through it, and it just goes sideways, and everything crumbles. Think about if major conflict starts to happen, what will be happening to supply chains? What will be happening to materials? What will be happening to your goods? All those things. If you look back historically, all of them, well, let's just say rationing is going to become a word people use often. So you might want to get it now. All right, friends. God bless. PrepperNow. Hit the buttons and stuff. And we will see you on the next one.